Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. In this video, I'm going to show you how to superimpose two different frames when filming with a Bolex H-16, and if you've misplaced your winding crank to do so, how to do it without having to buy one, or what to carry on you in case you do misplace the wind crank to superimpose the frames. So let's get started on that. Now, of course, the first two things you want to make sure that's done is that there's film loaded inside the camera and your Bolex is pre-wound. After that, these two counters here want to be zeroed out. The top one controls the bottom counter. The bottom knob controls the bottom counter. So take that top knob and I want to turn it all the way to 0. Done. I'm at 0 on the bottom counter. The bottom knob controls the top counter. You want to zero this out as well. Done. So the top and bottom counters are both zeroed out. Next you want to film your first shot. And just press the film button at my pencil eraser. I'm going to watch the counter at the top, and I can stop whenever I wish. So I'm going to choose 200 frames up here. Let's take a good look at that. And as you can see, I've stopped at 200 frames down here. Next, the fader. I want to make sure I pull this up to unlock it. Pull it straight down. Push it in to lock it so I won't accidentally pull it straight up again. This prevents light from coming into the lens. With a viewfinder up here, the silver lever arm, flip it forward until it stops. This prevents light from coming into, at the side of the screen here, as you can see, the viewfinder where my pencil is, so all light is cut off. Next, the motor with this lever arm here. You want to disengage the motor and turn it all the way down to 0, just like that. Alright, now, and do it in this complete order, it's very important. The motor button, push it over to M. Alright, next you want to zero your counters out again. So here we are back to the counters. I'm going to zero those out. Remember the top one controls the bottom, and I set that back to 0, and there we are, back at 0, the bottom counter. Now, this knob, this is where you have to roll the film backwards. There's even a little arrow down here, as you can see, that Bolex has provided to let you know which way to turn it, towards the left over there. But let's say you've either don't have the rewind key for a Bolex, or you choose not to pay the exorbitant price that are charged for those keys, or then again you've lost it, you've misplaced it, and you're on location filming. What can you do? How can you rewind the film backwards to make the double exposure? Very simple. Introducing tweezers. You're going to fit these in here and do this. There are 2 metal pins, and when you turn this towards the left, as the arrow shows you, you're going to zero out the top counter. Alright, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so we're going to take your tweezers and insert them in here. So hold one hand on the tweezers up top. There are two pins again down in here. You want to locate those. Hold the thumb and the finger close to the bottom. Put the tweezers in, find it until it locks like so, and hold the tweezers at the bottom. You want to turn it towards the left and watch the top counter and send it back to 0. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead and turn this. I'm going to send it back to 0. You can actually watch it move, and we'll take a good look at that. I want to get a good shot for you here. I'm going to take the tweezers and put in there. Watch the top counter. Get my pencil eraser. I'll put the tweezers in, find that spot, and you can watch the counter move. See that? Alright, so that's what you want. Okay, so I got my counters both zeroed out up here. Next, the fader. Unlock it, pull it up, and push it straight back up. This lets, of course, light into the lens. The viewfinder lever arm, push it back all the way till it stops. Again, this lets light into the viewfinder. Alright. Next, and do it in this order, otherwise your motor is going to start spinning and start filming in the camera. Alright. Take the motor, the filming button right here, and put it back to stop. Now, re-engage the motor, just like so. Alright. This right here, and push that back down to lock it. Now, film your scene. Remember up here I stopped at 200 frames. And when you do this, first maybe you want to film a scene that's light, like near the sun or fire or sky. Stopping at 200 frames up here. This scene, which is next, I want to film something darker. That way you can tell both scenes when they're superimposed. Alright, so up in here I'm stopped at 200. And that's it. I have just superimposed my scenes and done it without an expensive Bolex winder key. I just used a pair of tweezers. Even if I've got the winder key, carry these with you just for a backup. Do contact me up top here at Bolex Repair Philippines FB page for questions, Bolex servicing, eye cups, lens adapters, things of that nature. Do also contact me at Bolex Repair Philippines at gmail.com or email, and click that bell down there and subscribe. Until next time, see ya!